What's up, y'all? This is DREAMiV, where we dream in a variety of ways, and I am Josiah, Joxcya. I haven't said that in what feels like a little while because last week I didn't say that. I took a break, was feeling burned out, and I'm really thankful for those of you that reached out to me and just shared some kind words with me because it was helpful. I'm still trying to work my way through that and take care of myself, rest, do some of the things that I know I wasn't doing to take care of myself leading up until that time. And so, definitely still on that track. But again, I appreciate all the kind words and the patience from people. And so, thank you so much. And I am on video today. And so, if you wanted to see me, you can do that by going to YouTube official Josiah, and that's where you can see the video version of today's episode. And I wanted to just encourage us today because look, it's so much happening in the world, so many things that you can come across on media, and there's always the question of is this fake? Is this real? And there's always a threat, especially to our physical bodies. It's like goodness, it's like what is happening? Can I live? Can I live well? And there could be a lot of fear in the air, but I don't want us to be afraid. Check this out. I want us to be able to live hopeful and be able to do what we need to do, be present in today's um, world, but do that with our mental and physical health intact. And to have the tools that we need to get to a place of health when we need that. I know for myself, I tend to be susceptible to fear, especially when it comes to physical health. Any itch, a bump, a ache. If I notice that it wasn't there like a minute ago, I'm gonna have a question. I'm thinking, okay, well, what's going on? And that's been the case for me. And so I'm only speaking for myself when I share this example, but I have tried to develop some ways to kind of reframe the way that I see adversity and fear so that way I can actually be more present and navigate in the things that I need to do and get to a more positive mindset. And before I share that, please seek professional resources because I ain't no pro. You need to go to a pro therapist. I was about to say hospital. That sounds drastic, but if you need the hospital, please go there. But doctors, medical assistants, if you have access to those resources, please use those resources, especially in today's age. And so I advise you to do that. Let's all take precautions, use good judgment because it's not just ourselves that we're trying to care for, but our local communities and all of us as a whole. We all in this together, right? What I do affects the next person, affects the next person. So let's try to do a good job at that. But the example I want to share is how it tends to be like the terminology, the words that really do carry a particular meaning and can drift me off down a particular path. And also for fear, for me, I'm typically afraid of the idea of the thing more than the actual experience of the thing. I've even experienced that. Once I actually experienced the thing I was afraid of, it was like, oh, well, this isn't as bad as the fear of the thing. And sorry, I'm being like super vague, but essentially being afraid of some sort of doom and gloom scenario tends to feel worse than when you're actually in it. And I don't want to make light of all of the different possibilities of what could go wrong, but I want to say that today, in present reality, I don't want us to be hindered by the fear of something happening. And I want us to be present where we are so that we can be more hopeful and have a healthier response to the different things that do come up in our lives, right? So let's just change a word. For example, I don't want to look at the different things that could come up as problems and obstacles and things of that nature. Let's change the word to opportunity. And this isn't an original thought. I'm pretty sure I pulled this from something, somewhere, someone along the years, but changing it to opportunity has more of a positive connotation for me. So, for example, these days when I see that I'm in a mode of fear, ooh wee, what's gonna happen? Then I try to change the word to okay, instead of this being a problem, maybe it's an opportunity. If this were to happen, I would have the opportunity to, for example, in like a physical health situation, to learn, to grow, to learn about medicines, to learn about home remedies, to learn about how to care for yourself at home, how to navigate the health system in the US, in our state, how to get the resources that you need, how to um, look into different foods and prepare foods that have medicinal benefits that I may not have even looked at before had I not been in that situation. And I don't even know that I'm really explaining all the different ways that you could learn in the best way, but I'm saying there are learning opportunities there and there are things that you could get out of it that would put you in a better position or be able to allow you to help somebody else down the line that maybe you wouldn't have had you not had that experience. And so for me, this is helpful enough to even frame adversity in a positive light and say, you know what, if that were to come, I would have an opportunity. And so to use the metaphor of a train, for example, kind of like being on a train of thought, consistently thinking about things along that same topic, for example, um, I try to acknowledge the fear, acknowledge whatever it is, put it in the framework of opportunity, and then hop off that train. Because I don't want to be in a rabbit hole. I don't want to be on that train and end up somewhere in Doomsville. You know what I'm saying? Just in a corner in the room eating potato chips because what is life, especially outside of these walls? I don't want to do that. I want to hop on a different train. So what I try to do is pivot to the present. What is literally in front of me right now? What do I know is coming up in my schedule for the day? Like, where am I going? And then I try to think of like at least 5 things to kind of get some momentum going. So, okay, if I know I have an event, if I know I have a meeting, whatever it might be, where am I going? Who gonna be there? What am I gonna wear? What am I gonna smell like? You know, how do I get there? Am I driving? Is this close enough to walk? Is this on Zoom? You know, what are the things associated with that to kind of get my mind going on that train of thought? Then I try to make a conscious decision to lean into something that I know uplifts me, whether it's a video online that's funny and I go directly to it. Do not pass go. Don't you scroll on social media. Don't do too much scrolling because you might find yourself back on the other train. Go directly to that saved video, whatever it might be, and watch it. Again, it could be anything, whatever you like. It could be a photo. It doesn't even have to be a video or something like that in like typical content. You know, it could be cooking, it could be taking a walk, but I try to make a conscious decision to do something that I know is going to lift my mood even more, and then I use that as like a slingshot back into the present responsibilities that I have. So that way I'm entering in again, if you will, to what it is that I'm doing for the day, and I have a positive, more hopeful mindset of the opportunities that are present in front of me versus all of the fear of the what ifs and the things that literally haven't taken place. And I have no framework, no justifiable reason to believe that they will literally take place within that next hour or 2 hours, whatever. It's just always this looming what if possibility. I want to be more in the present, more in the vein or the train of the things that I know are more likely to take place based on what's in front of me, and have more of a hopeful disposition towards those things. So I hope that that is helpful in terms of just a way to kind of think about it, to reframe your mind, to kind of snap us out of being on one train of thought to the next, and to even be able to see adversity in a different way, to see it as an opportunity and be able to navigate from a place of growth and opportunity being a good thing in all things versus just the worst, absolute worst thing that could happen. But I also want to take a moment to encourage us because bad things do happen, and I don't want to make light of that at all. And so I know that we're all in different situations, places, and times of our lives. So I want to encourage you. If nobody else told you today, you ain't heard it lately or whatever, you are beautiful. You are worth the time and the energy. You will be beautiful, whatever happens. And your life is worth it. You are smart and intelligent in various ways. You are capable. You are enough. You're more than enough. You have things to offer to your community, to your friend group. If you feel like you're um, lacking relationship or you're lacking that community, I encourage you to do something maybe that you've never done before. Kind of step outside of the boundaries that you've been within and kind of look up and see, well, who has been around. Maybe there's some people I haven't spoken to in a while, or something along those lines. And even as I say that, I feel like that's a little insufficient in terms of being able to help, because there's more that goes into that. But I hope that you're able to look around and see that, what, there has been somebody. Maybe we just haven't been in contact for a while, but there's somebody. Let me reach out and let's talk. And I hope that you have those resources, and you're able to have someone in your corner, but you're worth it. Man, you really are worth it. So worth it. So that's what I wanted to share with us today. And I know this wasn't perfect. I wanted to roll this out in a particular way. Didn't quite happen that way, but I think that there's something that you can pull away from it. Forgive me for the imperfections and for any insensitivities, because I know that life is just what? But you can make it. You can do it. And I'm with you as best as I can be. You know what I'm saying? At least on your screen. So that's what I wanted to share with us today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I will be with y'all later. That's it. Bye.